Welcome to Gold Fever Radio.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank, and it ain't that long.
Hey, welcome everybody, Gold Fever Radio. It is Wednesday, August the 16th, 2023. There is only 137 days left in the year. All right, so what's up with all the pirate stuff you guys are asking yourselves, huh? Well, let's see. What is today? Today is National Rum Day. Oh, that's why it's Rum Day. You know what? Okay. I can't see with one eye on. Oh, now my hair's going to be messed up. I knew that was going to happen. Let me get rid of an eye patch here. All right. Oh, man, I can see. Woo, that was getting hot. I couldn't handle that much anymore. I got to find a hat now. I don't have any hats. Oh, okay. Today is Hump Day. That is right. Man, hair's messed up. All right, continuing on. We'll call this the monologue. Is that what they call that? Let's see. It's also National Roller Coaster Day. I have never been on one in my entire life, nor do I have any desire to ever go on one in my entire life. And it's also National Tell a Joke Day. Hey, why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Because he was a little horse. Oh! All right, let's see what's happening this day in history. Gold was first discovered in the Klondikes at the Bonanza Creek in the Yukons, Canada, by George Carmack on this day in 1896. See, also on this day in 1930 was the first color sound cartoon Fiddlesticks was released. Oh, and if it's your birthday, happy birthday. You share birthdays with famous people like Madonna, 65 years old. She was born on this day in 1958. Also, Steve Carell, he's 61, best known for his role in The Office and Bruce Almighty. That was a pretty good show. I kind of like that, Bruce Almighty. And let's see, it's also James Cameron, 69. He's a director born on this day in 1954. So again, if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Let's just back up, see who's all here in this chat room here. Vendetta Prospecting Minute, 1 Minute Man Adventures, Terry Curry, Steve Collier, Herb Cato, Lisa, Jerry, Patty, I lost there, Buck. Okay, welcome everybody. Let's see, continuing on. Events, what's going on here? October 14th through the 15th is, of course, our push up there in Meadview. I talked to the BLM guy this morning, so that's all, okay. The last time we done it, we had to reclaim the ground, and he signed off on that the reclamation was done to satisfaction. So now we can move it to a different spot. I think we found, like over 30 nuggets were found up there on the last time where we did the push. But this time it's going to be in a little better spot. And I've found over 100 pieces of gold up there. So should be pretty good. Anyway, that's scheduled October 14th and 15th up there in Meadview. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. On the Meadview claim. So if anybody's interested still in that, there's still openings for that. That is limited. You can call 928-851-7167. What else is going on? Oh, I hit a treasure box in camp here. But I will give clues as to where it's at. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll put them starting October 1st. I'm just going to start posting clues on the bulletin board inside the clubhouse, and maybe I'll post them online too. We'll see. Let's see, November 18th and 19th is Channel Supporters Patreon outings. It's going to be out here on one of the nearby claims. We'll do some metal detecting and dry washing and have a good time. I think that's on a Saturday and Sunday too. Get out some gold and do that type of stuff. Let's see, but you guys will get an email coming up here in the next few weeks talking more about that. Let's see, our New Year's event here at the campground, a New Year's extravaganza. There's been a couple changes. That's just going to be instead of a 5-day, that's going to be a 3-day. So some of the things will change. We'll have a metal detecting hunt. We used to go out in the desert like 2 days or 3 days. I think we'll only go out maybe 1 day. We're going to try and just bring dirt in. I'm still working with BLM to have a bond and put a push up in this area, so we could do a push or something up here locally up here, but more on that coming up though. So let's see, we'll still do all the meals. We'll have the entertainment, the band, the karaoke. We figured probably instead of a pig, we'll maybe just do a steak dinner on that New Year's Eve. The cost is still the same. If you want any more information, again, 928-851-7167 if you want to attend our New Year's festivity party thing. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to Meadview the end of this month. It's a holiday weekend. I think I'll go up there and hang out for the weekend and do some detecting and check out stuff. I've got to take some pictures of the area where we're going to do the push and all that type of stuff, but I think that's what I'll end up doing, is going up there. Let's see, we've started a wheel. That's still going on. There's still spots left on that wheel. That was some gold and pay dirt bags, penning kit, gold cube classifiers, some books. Anyway, that was, if you want a spot there, you can check that out. All the stuff posted Gold Fever Radio on Facebook. Again, number 928-851-7167. Okay, so I had a guest for this week. This is really a strange story. So I talked to somebody that was going to be the guest, and then it kind of slipped my mind. And then I ended up talking to somebody else, and he said, yeah, he would be the guest. So I thought, oh, crap, I kind of got 2 guests scheduled, so I'll just kind of play that by ear and see what happens. So I sent a message on Monday to the guest, and he said, I've got a lot of crap going up, on blah, blah, blah. Can we do it for the following Wednesday? I said, sure, no problem. So then I hurried and contacted the other person, and this guy turned out to be, I don't know what his problem is, but he's like, he didn't want to give any more information on anything until he does something with a book or something like that. So anyway, so the next week the guest is going to be Pat Keene. Pat Keene was going to be the guest this week here, but so he's scheduled for next week. So we can talk about what's the best detector. I don't want to talk about that. What's the best high bank? What's the best dredge? Let's see, what else have I got here on my list to talk about? Let's see. I don't know. Who else is here? Cottonwood Gold Trails, Gold Camp. Hello there. How's the weather down there? You guys still finding gold there in the creek? We was out there once a while back. That's in Indiana, and found a little bit of gold. That was pretty fun. Let's see, Terry. Benzo Gold. Rocky Mountain Prospector. How do you get in on your prize wheels? Just go to Gold Fever Radio, the Facebook page, Gold Fever Adventures there on YouTube. I mean on Facebook, and you can see the pulse there and the numbers and all that type of stuff. Or you can call the 928-851-7167 phone number and get in on that. Let's see. Sweet. Can't beat the family time. Been great. Cool. Gold pans and suntans. You get a suntan when you're gold panning, ain't it? So, anyway, so Are you finding gold out there, Jim? I've seen some of the stuff. I've been seeing some of your stuff, like your canning and stuff like that. There, wished I could know how to can more. I'd like to can some stuff just for that rainy day. So, what's everybody been doing? Let's see. I should give away something. We'll give away something later. R. Zero. Just in case if you're wondering. Let's see. I've always kind of thought this place was haunted, because sometimes you'll hear voices, or sometimes I feel like there's somebody else in the room, or I get tapped on the knees and I look down and there's nobody there. So I keep these knee pads on hand just in case that could be spooky. Somebody pokes their head out there or something, huh? But you never know when you might need a good set of knee pads. Let's see. So what have you guys all been up to? It's been hotter than hell here. I know that. That I can tell you. What's that behind you? Yeah, there's all types of stuff behind me. There's this guy. Oh. How do I look? Do I look better? Everyone has been doing well. Major flooding 2 years ago really moved some gold around. Oh, that's pretty cool. TJ, I'm looking into getting an all-American canner. I want to start preparing more and growing medicinal mushrooms. I just want to get into canning. I'd like to 3 guys over your left shoulder. There's 2. There are. Maybe that's why, they've inherited these. There is 3 people there, isn't there? There's that guy and the other 2. Maybe that's why I get this presence of other people being here. Looks like he ran out of rum. I had a bottle of rum someplace, but I couldn't find it. Pirates like rum. I had a bottle of rum in this. Somebody gave me a long time ago. They gave me this Pirates No Reserve rum set. It had a bottle of rum in it, but I guess we drank it. But the box was kind of cool, so kept the box. And this little guy sits in it. He sits in the box, in the pirate box. Okay. Hope they aren't 3 claim jumpers. No. So, anyways, I don't have a whole lot to talk about on this show, since I was really planning on guests being here, and that kind of went south. But so maybe I should give something away. Let's give something away. But I think before I give something away, I better play this commercial and think of what I got to do to give something away. So let's do that. Tell me what we should do to give something away.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States, and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. and an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level with ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Give us a call at 831-479-1500 or visit www.icmj.com. That's www.icmj.com.
That's right. That's www.icmj.com. The excellent magazine. Okay. I found me a hat. I had a few hats. They're all wearing my hats. Okay. So, let's see here. Aaron. I thought I saw some other people pop into this house here. Yes, hallucination. Okay. Everybody's kind of talking about themselves. I need a hat like Janet's. Cheers, man. Okay, so let's ask a question and give something away. Yeah, I know you guys like to win stuff. What can I give away? I got something here I can give away. I got to think of a question. Let's see. What question could I think of? Let's see. Let's do something simple. Let's see. Let's say, oh, no, that's old. What did I do with my paper? Oh. Let's see here. That's probably too simple too. That was too simple too. Okay. Better not do that. That's too like Time and Tide MD. For sure, it's stylish. Let's see. Okay, so first one in the chat room. How about if anybody want this book? 30 Best Kept Secrets to Finding Treasures. How's that? 30 Best Kept Secrets to Finding Treasure. Ooh, yeah, that's a good book. Probably the only one I got left, too. These were a bunch of them I had. These were put out by White's, and as you guys know, White's is no longer in business. So that's probably my last one. Okay, so let me ask an easy question like the last video, I asked the guy what he found and what did he tell me. The first correct answer that I see. I think I'm losing my eyesight. I think these glasses are going bad on me. I think I got to go get new glasses. That's what I think. Let's see. Horseshoe, coin, specs. Specs is right. I'm going to give it to Specs. I am going to give that to Randy's Treasures Adventures. They rappelled down into that hole. The one guy, went down there a long time ago, a few years ago, and he said there was a Spanish death trap down there, so they didn't want to go any further. And they went down, further down, and the guy said there were specks on the wall. He couldn't tell exactly what they were, if they were like fool's gold or what. They have to further investigate that. So, but I asked him what he saw down there, and he said there were specks on the wall. That is correct. Randy's Treasures Adventures. So PM me or send me your your mailing address, whether you PM or goldfeverradio@yahoo.com, and I will get that book out to you. Okay. Let's see. I was going to do Chrysocolla. Yep, Specs Possible Gold. Okay, that's right. Okay, so I'm just seeing if you guys are paying attention or not. I was going to ask a question like, what did I say I was afraid of? Who can answer that one? We all have a fear in life. Some of you guys hate snakes. Spiders. Craig Elliott. I don't like spiders and snakes. Yeah. No, none of them. None of them. The dark. No. No. Oh, I'm afraid of a lot of stuff. Gold pans. I did say there was something that I did not like. See, maybe that's the question that I probably should have asked, huh? That was a harder question. No, nobody could guess that one. The heat. I'm not afraid of the heat. I don't like the heat. I'm not afraid of the heat. I'd rather be hot than cold. Well, I did say in that last video, been gone to buy a house. Talk about scary. Hello, Gerard. Welcome. Ghost. Yeah, I'm probably afraid of ghosts. But that's not what I said. That I was afraid of. See, that was a lot better question. I should have asked that question. I knew I should have asked. I was debating on asking that one too, and then I thought I would ask the other one. So, okay. We can talk about, if you guys want to talk about anything, we can talk about whatever you guys like to talk about, because I've already talked about what I wanted to talk about. Good evening, Dawn. I said in that last video that I was pointing over the edge, and I said I was afraid of heights. I was scared of heights. I get weak in the knees when I get too close to the edges. So that's what it was heights. So see, man, that could have been the question I could have asked. All right, you guys want to know anything in particularly? How about Jim Mines? Guy said, I didn't see that guy. I said that. Maybe I missed it. Heights. You did say that, guy. You did. I see it now. Heights. It disappeared. It went off my screen too fast. You're right, guy. You're right, guy. Guy is pretty. You generally get a lot of those questions like that. You do. You must have came in a little bit too late when I asked that other question, but that is correct on that. So, you guys want to talk about anything in particular? So I think I'm going to go back up and meet you this holiday weekend and play around. So if anybody wants to go up there, it's in here. Never go any higher than you're afraid to fall. That is so true. That is very true. And that's why I don't go too high. And the other ones that go with that is you never gamble more than you want to lose. And you never drive faster than your guardian angel can fly. Those are all good sayings. Never go higher than you're afraid to fall. I don't like being on airplanes. That's why I don't like roller coasters. Which is funny because as a kid, I didn't mind climbing up on buildings, trees, and all stuff like that. But now I can't do that anymore. That gives me the willies. I don't like it. I don't like heights at all. I'm talking just simple heights. Climbing the top of the ladder, if I look down and say, ooh, I'm up here a ways. But Joe, you're probably right. If I look down and I say, ooh, that could get hurt if I fell, that's when those guys are climbing down in that mine and how they were just walking on the edge there. And I kept thinking, man, they could just slip and fall in there. I wouldn't do that. Not me. Uh, Randy said it too. Well, then you guys are all good. You did. Randy said it too. I see that up there. Okay. Uh, oh, so Randy said it first then, huh? Wow. Randy did say it first. Heights. Yes, he did. You are correct. And then Time and Tide said it. Wow. So you guys did know that answer. I'll be darned. I missed all of those things. I was sleeping. Okay. So, anyways. Okay, let me set this aside. Make sure you PM me that if you want that book. Okay, so anything you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Where the gold is? We got a lot of rain here at Pound. It poured the other day. It poured rain. It put puddles, and we had high winds. We got a sign out front. The sign broke and came down. So I got to repair that sign still one day coming up. I want to go out in the desert. Hopefully the desert didn't get a lot of rain because I want to go out there, check out an area or go out maybe do some dry washing and some metal detecting. I still have to do that. That is in my plan still. Oh, we were talking, you remember was it last week or the week before we were talking to gold pans, right? I showed you that gold pan. Anyways, I found, where'd they go? This is where I showed you a gold pan that I had made. Oh, there they are. I showed you a gold pan, remember, like this little gold pan? That was the little one, and then there was the bigger ones that were like these here. And I'll tell you all about that in a moment. See, it's a pretty red one. But this was during when COVID hit, and I couldn't find anybody, for a mold to for cost on a mold, what they would charge and all of that. And I've talked to a couple people like Mike Pung that, he did his gold pans, and Clint, he did the gold cloth. So I talked to them and they gave me, people to contact and all of that. But the reason this pan was so special is because, so this is like a prototype. There were still some changes, but I didn't do enough. These are 3D printed, is what these are, made by 3D. But I was going to do some changes on it, make the bottom a little bit bigger and the riffles a little close together. But the ideal behind this pan was when you pan, it separates the material into two slots. So instead of just coming off, in a circle, it actually puts it down to the bottom, down in here, and it comes off in two places. That, so you kind of pan it, and then when you're done, you can turn it over to the other side and use the smaller riffle. And then when you're done with that, you can push it over to these little edges and work its way up here to the top, and then across the lines right here. Then you can suck it up with your sniffer bottles right up here. So that's kind of what these pans were. So they would make an interesting video. So I thought about doing stuff like, like even a Kickstarter or something like that to maybe get these. Oh, what you didn't see right here. See, there's little ridges right here too for your fine stuff, your finer gold to come off. So the fine gold will stick right there. But there was a couple changes on this pan that was, in the CAD drawings. But from there, it's just never been printed. Some of these, because I said the bottom was a little bit wider for your stuff in there. Uh, and then, maybe a Kickstarter, like the people on Kickstarter would get the special one, like a pink one or a red one, but there'd still be the other colors available, like the green. Even Alan Trees, he did that, the Gold Grabber gold pan. So, he looked at this pan and played with this and gave some of his, advices and stuff like that. And then you could even do the little smaller one, little backpackable one. But they'd be like in blue and green and black, standard colors. But then, special ones would be in the red, maybe. Okay. So I didn't really say a whole lot behind him, like I say, because it's I never sent a patent it in. But I guess by posting it here, everybody knows that what I have done now. So I guess that's kind of like everybody knows. Anyway, so those are in my works. Maybe one day when I get some time. Hello, Josh, Mike Bush, hurricane coming up the Baja Coast. Oh, that's never good. Needs a bigger bottom area. Yes, I agree with that. So, but we'll see. Like I said, there was in the cat drawing, we made the changes, but I just hadn't put out another 3D from those ones there. So that's where that's at. That was in my thing. What else? I had some stuff to. Anyways, I don't know where all that is. I used to do a lot in 3D print, and I used to really 3D print a lot, and then I kind of got away from the 3D printing. I may have to get back into 3D printing. Claim jumpers beware. Daryl Lane. Hello, Daryl. Hey, Daryl, you were right about that one guy. He turned out to be a real flake. I'll have to talk to you about that. Yeah, he really that was a strange cookie. But anyways, I'll have to call you after the show. I'll have to call you and we'll have to have a little discussion about that guy. I don't want to say too much here, but because you never know who might be watching or listening. So, the government, they could pull the plug at any time and just shut you down. And I could just be talking, and then all of a sudden I go in the dark, and then I'm thinking, wow, what happened? How come, where'd everybody go? It's like, I was just talking to you, and then next thing you knew.
Well, hi, this is Tom Baudet. I'm proud to be part of the Gold Fever radio program, and, well, you should too. We always get out and find a little bit of gold. Sometimes it's a lot, well, sometimes it's just a little. But all in all, we have a lot of fun. Come join us for one of our Gold Fever extravaganzas. You'll be glad you did. So until next time, I hope you get out and find a lot of gold. And remember, I'll keep a light on for you.
You just never know when we could just go into the dark. Let's see here. Welcome to the system. Okay, so anyways, my new hat. This was a New Year's hat. Let's see. Forgot how it worked though. Forgot how this worked. Oh, there we go. Cool. Now, wouldn't that drive you all crazy? It's like the lights are flashing on me. When I drive down the road with this hat on, everybody pulls over and just lets me go on by. Motel 6. Yes, that's right. Motel 6. You remember Motel 6? Okay, we got to stop that because I don't know who sees the most from near you. Now I probably don't know how I turned that on. I don't know how I did it. I was just pushing the button or something. All right, we're back in business. Or maybe we should. Probably black is more my color, huh? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. New Year's hat. Yes, they are my New Year's hat. If you could detect or look for gold anywhere in the world, where would that be? Uh, well, you hear the stories all over the place. Like a lot of people go to Australia, they find gold up there in Australia. Yeah, they do. A lot of people you hear they go to Alaska and they find gold in Alaska. Yeah, they do. Some people go to Canada and they find gold in Canada. Uh, there's gold. Big storms are coming. Oh, I better get out tomorrow before the storms come in. I've never been to Australia. I heard the mosquitoes are really bad down there when you're out detecting gold. I think that I've been to Nome twice, to Alaska, Nome twice. First time was at the GPAA camp. I didn't find a whole lot of gold there. The second time I went, it was on the AKAU when our group went out there, group we had, and I think I found 30 something nuggets there. So, they do the pushes and stuff like that and do the different, high bankers and have the material there. So I did pretty good there. But the most gold that I have found is right here in my backyard, up on a hill right here. I mean, I have found, the gold I have found just on our mining claims here. I paid for my gold monster. I paid for my 6,000 just with the gold that I have found locally right here. So I don't have to travel thousands of miles to get to some place to look for gold when it's right here in Arizona. So gold is all over the place or most everywhere. You just spend the time and you'll find it. Indiana is out of the question. Only 2 countries are legal. Oh, India. Alaska can be bad for the mosquitoes. There were mosquitoes up there too. You had your repellent with you. Tasmania for me. Uh, but so, like I say, it's right here. I don't have to travel no place to go find gold. The biggest pieces I found has been right here. So I'm happy here looking for gold. And I enjoyed up in Nome at the AKAU camp looking for gold. Uh, I took up there when I went. I had the 2300 and the gold monster. I wished I would have had the 6,000 at the time, but I didn't have that at the time because I think I would have did really good. But I found everything I found with the gold monster. I didn't find anything with the 2300. So when I came back, I got rid of it. I sold it just because the gold monster found everything. But there wasn't a lot of hot rocks, and that's why the gold monster did good. You go out to like Meadview Claim, that gold monster will drive you insane because it goes off on every single rock there is. So every single rock, it's hard to detect. So you have to turn sensitivity so far down that you're just doing away with locating gold. So Thomas Pennyweight Falls, hello there. Thomas likes to go out to Cottonwood a lot. Cottonwood trails. He's always out there doing a little bit of dredging. He must live close by there. That's why. That's one thing downfall here. We don't have the water here to do a lot of dredging. So when them guys in Colorado, Gary and David, have a claim up there on the Arkansas, invited me up there, so I had to go up there and do some dredging. Oh, I know what I need to show you. Remember, I showed you last week that this company sent me this knife. This cool knife. They just sent it to me, and they just asked if I would use it on one of my videos. And so I said, sure. So I did it. And then they said they would offer a discount, if I posted the link and all of that. So I did a video when I was using the Manicure in a park. And then I used this. And then, of course, there's a link in there to get these. But this is less money than all them other ones. And that's what I liked about it. Because I've got the Garrett's and I got the Whites and I got the Fishers and some other off-brand ones. But for the money, this was the best one. So this week, look what I got in the mail from these guys. I got this shovel. One of these shovels. I've always wanted one of these shovels. What's cool about this shovel, this thing breaks down. See if I can do this without stabbing myself here. See, this comes apart. So if you don't want the big shovel, you can take this piece out, the center piece out, and just use a smaller shovel. Or you can use the whole piece, which is kind of cool. Same company. So they sent me this and asked me if I would use this in a video. So certainly I will go out and use that in a video. So I thought that was pretty cool. I've always wanted one of these cool little tea shovel things. I've seen people use these for so long. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So anyways, next time I go out, I will play with that. That's a big shovel. It is. And it's cool that it breaks down, so I can break that down to, the smaller one or less. Let's see. Sean, hello. Don't get him started. Started on what? What? We can't get started on now. Anyway, so that company there, if they're on Amazon, Dr. Ortec, I guess it is, but you can see their product on Amazon. They do metal detectors and other stuff too. And they also said that once a month I could give one of these things away, one of these, and then they'll mail it to you. So stay tuned, because one of these will be coming up on the show one of these days, one of these weeks, when I think of a good question. I think I went blurry. That happens once in a while. I get something too far away or too short, and then it blurs me out. Okay. What did you guys want to talk about? Anything? Or is that all? That was all? Hey, that's okay with me. Or should we just have fun and play some awesome commercials? Is that what we do? Let's see. How about, we got anybody new here in the house? Let's see. What haven't we done for a while?
The Donkey Feeders Association of America is currently taking donations for the many starving donkeys all across America. Hundreds and thousands of lost donkeys are searching for something to eat. For just 79 cents per day, you'll help the Donkey Feeders of America feed the donkeys. With your kind donation, you can feel good that a donkey has had a good meal of grass or hay. We'll send you every month a photo of the donkeys your donations are helping. So help save the donkeys. Call 1-700-DONKEYS. Again, that number is 1-700-DONKEYS. Feel good by becoming a donkey feeder. With your donation, you can help feed the many starving donkeys. Remember, it is non-taxable, and the photos you receive may not be of your donkey. But hey, become a proud supporter. Feed the donkeys.
Sometimes we have too much time on.
Hi, I'm William Devine, and I see the world in financial crisis, with government spending out of control and continuously printing money faster than the press puts ink out. Now is the time to invest in this market of uncertainty. The new gold market is here. It's called My Gold. It's like a reverse mortgage. You just keep on sending me all of your gold, and I'll reverse your lack of it. You can even keep all your prospecting equipment. That way you can continue to find more gold for us. You'll sleep better at nights knowing you gave your gold to me. Just think of that weight you lifted out of your safe. That's why I believe in the My Gold program. By sending me your gold today, I'll send you a thank you letter. I'll even send a new letter each and every month as a thank you for sending me all of your gold. So give today and thank you.
That's right. Anybody wants to send me their gold, feel free to send it there. And oh, let's see, what else is there? There's some real stupid ones in here, but uh, yeah, we'll have to do some more, won't we? We need to do more.
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you?
I'm listening to Gold Fever Radio.
We need some help from you now.
Okay, enough of all that stuff there. Cha-ching, cha-ching. That's right, Paul. Okay, we don't have to rant because I don't have anything bad to rant about. Don't forget to hit that like button. Got 31 in here and only 17 likes. You tell him, Paul. You tell him. I don't even know how you do that. How do you hit the like button? I don't even see any like buttons or anything like that. I guess I don't know how you do that. Your guys' screens might look a little bit different than my screen because I don't see that. So, okay. I have no rants. What can I rant about? I don't want to rant about the government. That when you rant about the government, you're going to piss somebody off because there's going to be somebody that is opposite than you believe in. It's kind of like certain things you should never rant about would be you should never rant about religion. Religion is something you should never rant about because you'll never prove anything different to anybody's opinion. So all you do is just get in these arguments because everybody has their own beliefs and their own opinions. So that's one thing you never talk about to people is their religion. I respect everybody's religion, everybody's beliefs, and right or wrong, that's just what they do. Trucking Nomad, hi there. Nice hat, thanks, man. Like beating a dead horse. You're right when it comes to talking about the government because you've only got the two sides and you're either one way or another, and you ain't going to convince somebody that's on the other side that they're wrong because they're so far brainwashed that they can't see past it. And a prime example is years ago, back in the Trump days, when Trump was first running and all that, I was talking to my daughter and asked her who she was going to vote for, and she said, I forgot who it was at the time, and I said, why? That we're voting for Trump. And she says, oh, I don't like Trump. So I said, why? How come you don't like him? She couldn't give me an answer, just that she didn't like him. Well, she's brainwashed by all of these, by the stupid left media and, school teachers and media and all of that. They brainwash you. They can't even tell you why they don't like somebody or something other than what they've been taught or told. And so that's the thing behind that. So you can't convince anybody that's, you can't change stupid. So, state-ran media. Rant about some of the gold equipment you bought. Then rant about your favorite detectors. I use Mind Labs. I do. I hate to. I hate to use them because the detectors, they do suck. They really do suck. And the company really does suck. And their crap breaks, it falls apart. But the sad thing is probably the only thing that's worth anything out on the market. And I shouldn't even say worth anything because they're definitely not worth it. You can't tell me a 7,000 metal detector costs 8 grand. There's no way in hell those electronics are any different than what's in a whatever that Harbor Freight sells for $70. There ain't no different controls in them. What, are they use some special golden, thread or something in there? There's no different electronics. So why does that detector got to cost 7 grand for? That's insane. It's totally insane. But they cornered the market and they know it, and that's why they can charge these stupid, ridiculous prices. That's why they suck. Which VLF gold machine do you folks like? That's a setup question, Truckee, and I know that. Let's see. So, I know I have a 7,000. I have all of them, a 7,000, a 6,000, Gold Monster. I've got the Equinoxes. I've got the Goldbug 2s. The Goldbug 2, really is a better machine. The Goldbug 2 is a better machine than the Gold Monster. Hell, the 24K is a better machine than the Gold Monster. They've got more control over the functions than the mother machines do, than the Gold Monster. The Gold Monster, I think, runs around 45 kilohertz. I think the 24K runs around 47, I think. But the Goldbug 2 runs at 71, so that's way up there. So it's really sensitive to smaller gold close to the surface. And you can back off some of your settings, which makes that good, where the Gold Monster is a pretty well turn on and gold machine. There ain't no control over it, no knobs. And that's one of the reasons why the Gold Monster is good if there's no hot rocks around, because then you've got to turn your sensitivity so far down that you're really not, the gold's got to be the size of a tire, to pick up once you turn that thing way down. Well, a PI is very different from a VLF, and a Harbor Freight detector is an old beat oscillating device. Well, true, a PI is different than your VLF. That's very true. Pulse induction compared to, but they still got the coral on there. They still have the windings, the wires that wrap around. They still have the cable that goes up to the control box, and you still have a screen on there, whether it's LED or whatever that is. So the basic concept is the same. Hell, you've seen the things where you can take your cell phone and download a program and go over a target and pick up, stuff in the ground with your cell phone. And it's just using, it's sending a signal down to the ground, it's reading the ground and sending it back up. How they go about doing that, that's done in the electronics. So it's not like one machine can penetrate 20 feet into the ground because they use special technology. And actually, if you read Mind Lab's thing inside the thing, I wish I had one here. You're limited how much output you can put out on these detectors. So they can't put out any more output than any other detector can. So go from there. I wish I had one of those things. But if you've got the Mind Lab detector and they give you that little pamphlet, read that pamphlet and it'll tell you right there that they don't put out any more than any other detector does. Okay. Let's see. MX Sport from White, so I can really learn that machine right. Yeah, the MX Sport was that was a knockoff, I think, from the MXT. I think it was. I don't really remember, but I remember that was a knockoff one from another machine that was out very little. That was their last machine they came out with, and then they went, before they went under. That semi-hollow look like a killer machine. They are using pixie dust. Yes, pixie dust. Okay, that's my rant. You got me to rant. That's my rant. How do you choose your goal when you go out? Uh, Big or small? Well, the bigger the coral is going to go deeper, but you're going to lose sensitivity to the surface. So if your gold is deeper, you want a bigger coral on there. If your gold is smaller and closer to the surface, then you want the smaller coral on there. You can cover more ground the bigger it is. So ideally is try to find that happy medium, and then you have to factor in like weight. So I've got with my 6,000 that, what is it, the 9 by 12 coral that I've gone out with from Coral Tech, and that's a heavier coral. I don't like it because it's too heavy. So I like to use that 9-inch, which is not heavy. I don't like to hook up bungees and straps and all that to me to go detect. I like to get a target, set my detector down, and retrieve the target. I don't want to disconnect a bungee and go through all this crap just to carry a shovel there. The 7,000s, you got this wobble stick you got to hold on to. Then you got a pick here and shovels there. And the Nocta Legend would be an awesome detector if they had higher frequency numbers. The Legend was a decent machine. We had some Legends here too. It's it's just like I've known people. We'll put it this way: I've known people that've gone out where I've gone gold hunting with the gold monster, and I didn't find anything, and they went out with the I want to say the U2, but it's not the U2. I forget what that detector's called now. I had a brain fart there. The one with the little box that sits up on top. So, hell, what's that detector called? Anyways, I've known people that's gone out with that and has found gold where I haven't, because there's so many different programs that they can put in and notch so many different things out and tweak that, where the gold monster you can't do that too. And they've gone out and did really good with that machine, and they find gold with it. No, not the gold bug 2, not the Falcon. Uh, it's the one that costs like $1,600, and it's got the little it's wireless. There's no wires to it at all. Alan Barnett. I still use my dad's old whites. Eagle Spectrum. The Spectrum was a decent one. Making notes here. Deus, thank you. The Deus 2. The Deus 2. So I've known people that's gone out with the Deus 2s and did good in the gold fields where I haven't found them with the gold monster. And that's because they can tune out, hot rocks. There's a screen on there that gives them, some numbering system. So that Deus is a really decent machine for that. When I went to Alaska, I had the gold monster, and there was a guy I was with up there hunting with all the time, and he used the Equinox, the 800. He found just as much as I did with that 800 using the smaller, 5-inch coral. I think was the 5-inch on that, and he's used that out here on one of the mining claims here, and he's finding pin-size head gold with that thing. But he's got that dialed in, on the programs. You can set that and eliminate certain things and notch out certain things, and it's got the VDI, the target on there. So identification screen, so you can see the numbering system, so it gives you an idea whether it's trash or what that is. So, the machines that you can fine tune is all right. I've seen people in their pulse with the XP Deuses that do really well looking for gold. Okay, like I say, I've gone out, used the gold monster in non-hot rock areas and pick up pieces of gold. It'll pick up hot rocks. It'll pick up, your iron in the ground. So you got to back it off. But like I say, once you start to back it off, then you're losing sensitivity. You're losing, depth to find any gold. So a lot of times when I go out, I still use a 6,000. That's my go-to machine that I use on that. I pretty well got that machine figured out. I used it last time I was just up in Meadview last week, and I probably found 5 or 6 pieces of wire. I'm talking about just little dinky pieces of wire, and that thing screams when it hits that. I don't like it because there's no identification. If they could incorporate a screen on that, that could tell you kind of like, if it was the mineral, like say your Garrett Axiom. See, that one just came out, and so I think if Garrett continues on that line and improve that machine, the second go round of that Axiom, I think will be a kick-ass machine, because that would discriminates. You use the larger coil on that, and you can discriminate out some iron and your hot rocks and stuff like that, or the tones in that. So that if Garrett will continue, Garrett can give MindLab a run for their money if they continue that. Happy with my wife's GMT, their last one. The last one they sold. The last machine was a sport that they came out with, but the GMT was the Goldmaster. That was a decent machine the whites had out there. For years, I used the MXT, and then they had the MXT, I think 300 or something like that, and MXT Pro or something. But I used to use that machine all the time. It had the switch on there to, from prospecting to beach to treasure, whatever. And that was a decent machine. All the machines are going to find your target. You got to walk over it first. Don't matter what machine it is. When you walk over, it's going to beep on you. It comes down to how sensitive the machine is. The frequency plays a lot in your depth to shallowness, or what frequency you're using to match to the coral that you're using, to the ground that you're hunting in. And that's why a lot of people use different machines. Mike Pung, he hunts with the 7,000 and the Gold Monster at the same time. He carries them both. When he gets the target with the 7,000, he'll run over with the Gold Monster to decipher if it's worth digging or not. So there's just all of that you take into consideration, and that's why a lot of people have a couple different machines that they use. Government should leave us prospectors alone. We don't bug them when they're crapping. I love my 6,000. I run it wide open, so it's a little like the old trigger by the tail, but it smacks the gold, even tiny stuff. I love the 6,000. I generally hunt the 6,000 in about the 2 o'clock position. When I use it, it's where the position I use, and it'll pick up the smallest pieces of gold. So it's a decent one. Let's see, Dennis. Jumping Jack Flash is a gas. Yeah. I was just talking about that movie the other day. I was searching for that movie, Jumping Jack Flash, with Whoopi Goldberg. She used to be cool back then. Now she's just a witch. She's an ornery witch. She's not cool anymore. Okay. Oh yeah, leprechaun or dowsing rods. Dowsing rods are I've never I have found stuff with the dowsing rods, but I've never I'm not an expert in dowsing, so I tend to stay away from them. But I do have a set of dowsing. So okay, that's everything on my end of everything. I don't know what's on your end of everything. You guys can all talk amongst yourself, and I don't have any other things I can play. Well, I guess I got a lot of stuff I can play. let's see. What have I got to still play here? What haven't we done? What haven't I played? We could do. What's this here?
Gold Fever Adventures Campground is now open and in full operation. We are currently taking reservations for the upcoming season. Ask us about long-term specials. So call today 928-851-7167. We can accommodate any size rig, short-term or long-term. There's also a gold prospecting store on site. So stop on by and pick up your gold pans, picks, vials, and etc. before you head on out to the gold fields. We also carry a line of metal detectors like XP Deuses, Fishers, and other brands. And yes, we also have our own gold prospecting club that you can join. You'll receive all the maps, directions, and you can head on out to the gold fields and yes, keep all the gold that you find. So call today, 928-851-7167.
All right. You know what? So you guys never hear me say, like, we sell all the machines. Like we sell Fishers, we sell Garrett's, we sell the Noctas, the Expedeuses. I sell every brand except MindLab. But you never see me out there running the Expedeus and then show you a bunch of gold that I found and then tell you I got one for sale. That's what that you see other people do, that they'll advertise a machine and, oh, look at all the gold I found, and, oh, by the way, I sell these. Okay, anyway, that you won't see me do. Let's see, Red. I'm thinking of upgrading to the larger Royal dry washer and was wondering if you have any input on the riffles with the pegs sticking up, and are they worth it? We sell Royal dry washers. The Royal dry washers, people like them. They Some people say that he does a lot of copying from like Keen, where he'll look at Keen stuff and then he'll copy it. So they are kind of comparable, but Royal dry washers are okay. I like the plastic of the that you get that more static, vibrostatic dry washers in the plastic over the metal. The metal seems maybe to be a little more heavier, but they still work. It's hot in the summertime. That's awful hot. But like I say, we sell them. They work. People use them. I know people like them. It's dry washers. It comes to the motor and how much air you put through there. If you put too much air into your box, you're blowing it out. Dry washers are not the most efficient way to capture gold, so you can lose it awful easily if you're not running the dry washer the most efficient way possible. And then your angle, your puffers have to have a steeper angle just because that's what they're designed to. They puff the dirt down to have it exit off your box, where your leaf blower type ones, there's a constant airflow, so you can run those a lot more flatter and let the material stay on the box as long as possible before it exits off. I like to use I've used them all. The If you look at like a Royal, and there's a few other ones out there, manufacturers, you lift your riffle tray up, and then you've got a screen that you can either pull out, or you just push it down and let it vibrate itself out without pulling it down. Where some of the other ones, like a Keen, you just pull that whole thing out and dump it. So that's in the the two between the two differences, that you've got a screen or you just got a tray to pull out. So I have seen water witching works many times. Got to go get the dog out for a bit.
So anyways, but all dry washers work. The main thing on a dry washer is just, make sure you're running it efficiently. I still like to use the old Thompson dry washer. That's very lightweight, and that was a decent dry washer. But he doesn't make them anymore. He retired, sold them out to uh, that other company, and he redesigned them and changed them all, and had a lot of problems with them. And a lot of times you shouldn't tinker with what works. And so the Thompsons worked. So if he would have took that and just maybe did a few little things to it rather than completely redesigned it, because now it's not a Thompson, he would have been better off. I know, like Keen, every time when they make a new run of stuff, they might, like some of your old puffers, they didn't have the screw in the beginning. It was just a clamp. And then later they put the screw in there. They put the bumpers on the side because of the vibration transfers it, from the box to the top. They put the pegs in the back. I don't know if the pegs do any good or not to help separate the dirt. Okay. So, you make little changes here or there for improvement, but you don't redesign the whole concept of it. But other than that, they all work. So I was going to go out and dry wash if it's dry out there. I've got the Keen puffer that I'm going to use, and sad but true, a gold monster that I'm going to take out. And if it's dry enough, then I'm going to dry wash. If not, then I'm just going to do a little detecting. But that's what I'm going to do within this next day or two when I get out. So that's it, guys. That's all my rants. That's everything I got to rant about this week. Pat should be on next week. Pat's got a lot of, speaking of Keen, I guess, so that's Pat. So good thing I talk good about him. Pat's one of them guys. He's called me up on the phone when he saw one of my videos one time. He called me up and asked me what the hell I'm trying to prove. I told him I just tell it like it is, Pat. He didn't like that. He wanted me to take the video down. And I told him I can't. It's just, I tell it like it is. Mike Punk has called me a time or two also to say the same thing. What am I trying to prove? I tell it like it is. That doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just the way I did it. It's what my feelings were behind it, and that's all that I can do. So, right or wrong, they were my feelings. And nobody has to listen to my feelings or not, but that's just what it is. Okay. So anyways, guys, that's all I have to talk about this week. So I'm going to find my exit song out of here. I want to thank you guys hanging with another week. Rants, you guys get me going so easily. I don't know how you guys do that, but you do. So hopefully next week our guest, Pat Keen, will be here. We can talk about some prospecting. We'll talk about treasures. He's got some cool treasure stories too that we'll talk about. So anyways, till next time, you guys all take care. Thanks for hanging, guys. Thanks for inviting me into your living room, being a part of your guys' lives. You guys are a part of my life. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you very much. You guys have a fantastic week. And until we meet again, take care, everybody.